scoring double figures, something that's only happened one other time in franchise history. That was in '84. How satisfying are wins like that when everybody's involved?
It's very satisfying anytime you get a win, but anytime, the whole team can play well, we could do some great things as a collective group. It definitely stands out of the rest. So definitely proud of our guys tonight for competing on both ends of the floor and, just not letting the foot off the gas pedal.
In what ways are you seeing the familiarity and the chemistry continue to grow with this now 8 games with James in the mix?
Just taking it day by day. I'm always going to say that I won't take any day for granted. This doesn't happen often in history where, you have this group together at this point. Some of the guys were starters last year in their respective teams, and, other guys are MVP candidates. And to have all of that collective talent, and not get the most out of it, we'd be doing ourselves a disservice. So we just want to continue to just push each other, hold each other accountable.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Kyrie, some of your finishes around the rim just really don't make any sense. I mean, do you credit any one person for helping you develop that part of your game? And was that something that you worked on maybe on playgrounds, or was that something that you worked on, in maybe in school and in practice in school? Like, how did you start building that ability to finish around the rim?
Just a consistent work ethic. And, way before I got to the NBA, I was always doing these moves. I just was kind of the guy in the neighborhood, that had a kind of unorthodox way of finishing at the rim, and now being able to do it on the biggest stage, in the NBA. I just try to stay consistent with keeping my eyes on the rim and making sure that I'm diverse, or, I'm able to keep the defense guessing at the rim, left hand, right hand finishes, and just continuing to inspire the youth, really the guys that are coming after me or that watch me or study my game, that, you have 2 hands and you should be able to use both equally well. So I think that gives me an advantage, in terms of anybody else you compare me to. But, my finishing at the rim is only a small part of my game that I credit to my work ethic.
Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Kyrie, the other day, Bruce Brown was saying offensively, he just tries to kind of find some cracks in the defense and fill the space. Have you noticed him as being a guy who moves really well without the ball and kind of pops in those spaces where you expect there to be holes in the defense?
Yeah, in my what I was saying a little minute ago was, some of these guys on our team that we have were starters. So they know how to play the game very well. When I was going against Detroit last year, Bruce was the starting point guard, and he was able to still find ways to be effective. And I feel like with this group, you're going to get open shots, and being in the right spots when we collapse the defense, it creates opportunities, and we just want guys to stay aggressive and just make the right plays, even if it doesn't go our way, just be in the right spots. And Bruce happens to be in the right spot a lot. So, he's one of those guys that can just sniff out the ball and put himself in position, having a huge impact on our team. So I'm proud of him.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, as many points as you guys put up, you did hold them without a basket for about 8 minutes. And Steve was talking about how you guys we're doing a better job with the defensive game plan. I'm curious, is that you guys as a group understanding more what's being asked and demanded of you, or is that a situation where he says, I tried this, it didn't work, let me adjust the game plan to what these guys need to have me put forth?
I think it has to be circumstantial. It has to be situational for us. We're going to be challenged every night. We're going to get everybody's best shot. But I think what we're doing now is just finding a continuity to be able to utilize the strengths that we do have. We've identified some weaknesses, obviously, just doing the little details of the game, boxing out, getting back on defense, limiting ourselves from turning the ball over, and just staying communicative. And then everything else is pretty much in control for us, getting offensive execution at a very high level. And when you're making shots and you're efficient, then it makes the game easier to manage. And I'm not the only one that's managing the game, so I just play my role.
Last question, Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Kyrie, Reggie Perry had his first career double-double for you guys. Just, him being a rookie, getting significant minutes for you guys. What have you seen out of him so far this year?
Just a willingness to get better, and also just a high level understanding, of himself, just as a competitor. Sometimes rookies come in, they can come in very timid, and especially being drafted into a great team like this. But he's easily, accepting his role, and we want him to continue to learn and to be doing that on the fly as a young man coming straight from college. It's very impressive. So we just want him to continue to work hard, and continue to learn from us. A few of us here have been through some things, and we just want to make sure we leave the game in a better space with Reggie as he gets better in this league.